Hey TikTok, Jim Malone here, coming to you live on TikTok, also on YouTube and Periscope and Twitch, and also for the first time, Facebook Live. So hopefully this Facebook Live works and you will see it here on Dallas Trading Floor. Well, it is a little bit of a sell-off in the market. Fortunately, that's how it always is. A little bit of profit taking, sell-off happening, but I do not think that this rally has ended, but definitely people are getting a little skittish. We got the job numbers, of course, came in, and we had just a tremendous rally yesterday, especially on things like Tesla and various other stocks. But it is. I don't think it's ended yet, but it's a little bit getting a little skittish. Okay. Wow. Okay. Hey, man. Could you? By the way, I'm talking to somebody here on TikTok. BT Hub 69. Would you be kind enough to let me use that little statement that you made? He wrote in that he made $2,500 this month, even with the sell-off. Wow, that's great. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. If you could you go to the comments on www Dallas Trading Floor and put that in there? I would so appreciate it. Anyways, let's get rolling with some of the slides that I have for you today, and move over here. Okay, well, the Dow is off as well as the S&P. So it was at 10,000 and it's retreating. Wow, 3.49%. Look at that. Can you see that, how it kind of comes down there like that? It's still in a confirmed uptrend, though. The market's still in a confirmed uptrend. So, we're doing good on the market. It's still going up, but, this is a little bit of a setback, but hey, you never know. It's a little bit of setback, but so there you go. The spider definitely is showing a little bit of weakness. It's diving 305. We'll see what happens if it tightens up here. It moves back to the 40-day moving average. If it does, then we're going to be in a little bit of an issue, but it's down $13. So we may be getting back into a place where there's been some profit taking, and who knows what's going to happen. But the market is retracing here in a little bit, but nothing to be scared of. The thing I'm really looking for is, will it hold on this line? This is the 40-day moving average. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. All right. I just wanted to show you my old friend when it gets bad. It's not bad, actually. My old friend, the SQQQ. This is a ETF which actually shorts the NASDAQ 100. So I don't recommend this for a long term, but for short term, as you can see, it's up 10%. So if we consider to see weakness tomorrow, which we may, then this one might be what you might want to watch list this one, because this will probably move up in sympathy with the market, the NASDAQ 100 moving down. So this is a kind of an easy way to participate in the downward movement. So remember, you can make money when the market goes up and when it comes down, and this is one of the ways to do it. So let me move to the next slide. Yep. And that is, oops. Ooh, that's balance. Okay, it's my trade of the day. Okay. Now I get this out on the alerts yet. I was putting this trade together, and hey, please say happy birthday, Bob Day. Oh my goodness. Wow. Do you know Bob Day? That would be awesome. Bob Day is an old friend of mine, and actually he's very famous. He became an admiral in the Coast Guard. Is that true? Wow. Unbelievable. Well, that's great. If it is, please call me, Bob, if you're out there. Really, wow, that would be such an honor. to have them looking at me. But anyways, this is a bull call spread that I put together today on Microsoft. I think Microsoft's off a little bit today, but I think it will move back over the 190 line by July 17th. So this is a way you could make a little bit of money on that. And I kind of put it out for you. What is a bull call spread? Well, a bull call spread is basically when you think that the stock at a later date is going to go up, you can buy the call option right above where the issue is trading currently. It's trading about 188. So you're gonna be buying the contract, you're going to be buying the lower strike price. Sorry, you're going to be buying the lower strike price. I don't know if you could see this, but you're going to be buying the 185, and I didn't put that in there properly. And then you're going to be selling the 190. In this case, when I did this about 30 minutes ago, it was your cost is $9.85, and of course there's 100 in each contract, so $985, and then that's what your expense is. But then you immediately sell this other contract for $709, giving you a net cost out of your pocket to enter into the trade of $276 per the spread per contract per spread. Okay, so basically, what your maximum reward is on this one is if Microsoft closes above 190 on July 17th or before on July 17th, you will make the difference between the spreads, or $500. Okay, so that's if both of the spreads are, that's if it closes above both of the strike prices. So it has to be above 190 for that. Now, if it doesn't work out and Microsoft closes below 185 on July 17th, both of your contracts will expire, but you're going to still have your $275 cost. So this is a kind of an interesting way to double your money in a space of about a little over a month. And this is called a bull call spread. And the reason I did it on Microsoft is Microsoft tends to be a very, very stable stock. So anyways, I just did a little bit. I don't know if you can see this. Unfortunately, I would like to see if I could get these slides so that that you can see them. But this is the risk reward here. By the way, for everybody that is watching me on TikTok, I'm simulcasting on Periscope, pscp.tv/Dallas Trading Floor. And I'm showing all the slides. So, and by the way, after the show, if you want to take a look at the slides are there on Periscope and on YouTube at youtube.com/Dallas Trading Floor. They're all there. Okay, the Fed's crashed the market, saying the economy is terrible. Read, Trump is not happy with it. Well, I can understand that. Yeah, that was a comment on TikTok. Well, yeah, the reason that they are crashing the market is they don't want to get it too ahead of itself. They know that there's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride, but look, it went up a lot. It's gonna readjust. Don't worry about it. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's the end of the world or anything here. And I think that it's going to go forward very nicely. So next item here, and I'm going to pull up some comments. This is before I get to the 5G stocks, because I kind of promised everyone that I would show them some 5G stocks that I think are pretty good, and you might be able to make some money on. So let me see if I can get over to that comments tab. There we go. All right. What a sell-off. Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? Outlook for tomorrow, another red day? Probably a little bit. It should firm up a little bit, I think. It should firm up a little bit, I think. All right. Arnold asks, what is the TVIX? Well, the TVIX is this very interesting this very interesting security that basically tracks the VIX, and it tends to be very, very volatile. Now, here's the thing about the TVIX. The TVIX is not an investment. It is a hedging tool. So if you do enter a contract on the TVIX, and I'll show you that in just a second, please don't hold it for any amount of time because it's very dangerous. So let me go back to my I'm gonna go back to showing you basically three stocks that are going to benefit from the 5G rollout. Now, obviously, Apple is going to benefit from that because on September 21st or 22nd, thereabouts, they are going to roll out the 5G iPhone. And of course, it will be a big deal. I'm convinced. I probably will have to go out and buy one myself, which, I don't really like paying the money, but I'm sure it will be super great. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be a super great stock, but it's the kind of thing where I don't know. So, but there is a play on 5G that I think you ought to be aware of. Now, right now, it took a little bit of a dive today, but this is a company called Qorvo. QRVO is the symbol on it, and the interesting thing about this one is that every 5G phone is going to have about 5 of their little chips in there for the RF radios so that they can communicate with the base stations. And this is one of the companies that makes them. And it's got a 96 rating on the composite rating. So this is definitely one you want to watch list. The symbol is QRVO. Now, let's see if I can show you another stock here on that. Yeah. This is another one that I think you ought to be looking at. And let's slip back to that one. And that is Infy Corporation. Now, this is an interesting one. It's past its buy point. So it is, it's past its buy point, which is 84.57. It's currently trading 112.80. But this is definitely a watch list one. It's got extremely strong composite rating. When 5G rolls out, their chips are going to be in just about everything. So definitely that's one you want to look at again. The symbol of this is IPHI. So that might be a good one to possibly watch list again. And the third one, and this is a little less expensive stock, is Marvell Technology. This has done extremely well. It's moving. It's still very, very strong. This is a 92 relative strength line. That means that this is outproducing 8%. This is in the top 8% of all the stock issues right now. So definitely something that is it's pretty strong out there. Very, very strong. The symbol on this MRVL. So basically, I just wanted to get those over with. Now, I do have trade alerts, and I would these are free. And if you don't like it, you can just get off the list. But if it's on the list and I have a trade alert, I will send it out to you. And I send them out. Basically, these are the ones I'm trading. And the way you can get on that list is www.dallastradingfloor.com. And then just put in your information, email, and we'll get it right out to you. And you will be on the list and getting the trade alerts. And sometimes, and I think that hopefully, you'll be making some money. So I'm hoping that you'll be making some money. Now, let me see if I can slip over. All right, so let me go and see if I can. All right, let's go over. There we go. Okay, so we're good to go there. So let me see if I can find some questions here to answer. All right. Let's go back to the top. And I'm sorry it took so long. Okay. I buy Hertz today? No. Please don't buy Hertz. Here's the thing about Hertz. It's a bankrupt company. HTZ, and I'm going to put the chart up here. By the way, this is available on Periscope at pscp.tv/Dallas Trading Floor, and also on YouTube, youtube.com/Dallas Trading Floor. So let me show you this chart, and I think it's definitely. Right now, there we go. Let's see if I got it. Okay. Yeah, here's the chart on Hertz. Here's the thing about Hertz. It's trading at $2, and as you can see, there was a blow off here. It's a blow off top. You don't really want, I don't think it's wise to be in a stock like this because it's a bankrupt stock. And I think that, all the suckers came in yesterday and then the sheep were fleeced. So don't buy, please. I know you're looking for a lottery ticket and everyone else, but there's an easier, safer way to do it with bull call spreads on a real company like Microsoft that isn't in bankruptcy. So I just want to say that I'm not criticizing. I'm just kind of saying that that's sort of where it's at. So please be very careful. I wouldn't necessarily consider buying Hertz because I do think it's actually bankrupt and it may actually go down even further. So yeah, sorry. It's just it's tough. Okay, well, Jazz RJ6 said the Feds crushed the economy by saying the economy is in trouble. I read Trepp is not happy with him. Well, he never is. He never is happy when that happens. Well, the Fed is very worried about the jobless situation that has been caused by the shutdown of the economy. So, there are a lot of jitters in the market, but I think overall the economy is not as bad as I thought. You have to be very careful, but there is a lot of profit taking going on. But I haven't seen the signs, at least yet, that the market is going to be reversing to the downside. When it does, believe me, I will tell you right here on Dallas Trading Floor because I will be shorting the market if that happens. But right now, I am long in all my positions. So I just wanted to be very clear about that. And that was the question about Hertz. I learned about the TVIX in a bad way. Ouch. Oh, my goodness. Now, I want to show you this thing. It's called the TVIX, and it is a very interesting, it's an ETF, and what it does is it takes an inverse position against the VIX, which is kind of the fear index. So let me kind of show you on. By the way, these charts are available that I'm showing here on the charts are on Periscope, pscp.tv/Dallas Trading Floor, and on YouTube, youtube.com/Dallas Trading Floor. So the TVIX is moving up just tremendously, as you can see, 77 up today. Well, if you're not in it now, I would be very careful about getting it because this can reverse on you very, very strongly. There's a huge spike in the TVIX today. It's very much up, but this is the way you play the TVIX is if the night before you see that the futures are down, in the first 30 minutes of trading, don't buy it in the first 30 minutes of trading, but in the first 30 minutes of trading, you see that the market is going to reverse, then that's when you get in it. But set your stop losses so fast on this one. This one moves extremely fast. As you can see, the volume on this 63% up. It's up $77. Why? Because the market is down. This one moves in inverse to the market. As you can see, when we had the big downturn in March, it went even farther up. I mean, it was like 900. So this is the ultimate hot potato, but you can make money on it. So there you go. Are we going to trust new lows? I can't say that we're going to yet, but let me take a look here. I want to look at the spider. Let's look at the spider. That's SPY. And by the way, this is the largest of all the ETFs. It is basically tracks the S&P, and as you can see, we've moved very sharply to the downside today. I think we're going to get a little bit of strength tomorrow. It's just really hard to say. But what we have to watch out with the TVIX, with the S&P and see if we're going to be in a downward market is if it breaks this 40-day moving average, which currently the 40-day moving average for this is about at let's see, I think it's about 290. It's at 290. So and as you can see, it's fallen a little bit more. So if it hits, if it touches this line and it bounces, then we're going to continue forward, moving up. If it doesn't, then we're going to go down some more. And then we might retest, we could possibly retest the 272 level. And if we do, then we're going to have some good shorting capabilities. So here's the thing, to keep your trades relatively short. Currently, I have 2 trades, one on Tesla and one on Netflix. They're going to close on Friday. I got out of another trade today. I was stopped out of a trade, which kind of surprised me, but I still have the option, which is good because call options, if you own call options, if you sell call options, if the stock drops, of course they go up in value. So that's what I like to do. Wow, it's moving very sharply downward. So we're going to see some erosion, but it's too soon to call that it is going to be, we're going to test the new lows. If we did, we would have to go down to 218 on the SPY. So that's a pretty big retest there. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, YouTube. Hey, man. On YouTube, by the way. Oh, the cook is in the house. I like that. I like that I like that. My YouTube channel, which I simulcast to, is www.youtube.com/Dallas Trading Floor. And just look for episode number 65. Sometimes with YouTube, I don't know if the shows, they kind of get confused as to when they are. But the one that's live right now is number 65, and that's on YouTube. So youtube.com/Dallas Trading Floor. And if that doesn't work, Periscope, I'm simulcasting on Periscope, and that is at pscp.tv/Dallas Trading Floor. All right, so let's see if we can get can you advise about Tesla? Yes, absolutely. You know what? I am currently in Tesla. I bought it on Monday at 9.18. I then immediately sold a 9.25 call option on it, which expires tomorrow. And of course, if it stays up, then I will make money on it. So when it moves up very fast, it can move down very fast. So you got to always protect your position. Remember, anytime you enter a stock position, make sure that you set a stop loss. And the way you calculate that number of that stop loss is you take whatever you paid for the stock, multiply it times 0.93, and that gives you the number. And that's where you want to have your stop loss. So I never buy anything without stop losses. So I do think that that Tesla did move up a little bit high when it went over 1,000 yesterday, but I do think it is pulling back. But I think long term, I think Tesla is a very strong stock because there is going to be a demand for their cars. They possibly next quarter they're going to start advertising, and currently they have all of their orders basically have been subscribed. So very, very good. Okay, let's see. Let's show another one. Is this the death of the bull? Wow, good question. I don't know. It's really hard to say. One day down, it doesn't make a change in trend, but we definitely have to watch it. It definitely is moving. It's definitely moving lower. It's definitely moving more. So let me just take a quick look at the Tesla chart here for everyone, and I'm going to put that in TSLA. Here's the symbol on Tesla. And let's see if we come. Yeah, there we go. It's still okay. Yeah, it's moved down, but it hasn't moved down all that much. Yes, it's moved down, but it hasn't moved down all that much. So here we go. There's the Tesla chart. As we speak, it's down $48 a share. Ouch. Well, fortunately, when I got into this on Monday, it was $9.18. So I thought that was a good price. So I'm still pretty much I'm still doing okay, and I will close out my position tomorrow. But that definitely is a correction. There's no question. But is it the end of the world? I think it's too soon to say that. Delta, sell or hold? Here's the thing. I know everybody likes the airlines, but I am not a fan, and I'll tell you why. Because here's the problem that DAL has, and I'm going to bring up the chart here. By the way, for everyone, I am showing these charts on my YouTube feed and also on Periscope, so that you can see them. So if you're watching on TikTok and you're wondering what the heck is this guy talking about, I can show you the chart right away that way. So here we go. This is Delta Airlines. It's down $4.42, which is significant because that's 13%. Wow. And as you can see, it's again a classic blow off top. Classic blow off top. Now, I would probably, if I was in this stock, I would sell it now, and I would wait until it crosses the 40-day moving average, which is about, according to my chart here, which is about at 25. So here's the thing. If you want to go long on this one, this is one of the better of the airline stocks. Out of all the airline stocks, the best one is, of course, this one. SkyWest is the best. Is the best one. But airlines in general are weak, and I just want to show you SkyWest. It's down as well, so it's down significantly as well. So it's again, this is a tough market for airlines. The reason I don't like airlines is because they tend to have a lot of debt, and we're coming into a situation where, and this is what the Fed is warning about, we're coming into a cash crunch. We're coming into a deflationary period where cash will be king, and when cash is king, if you have any drop in revenue, it can be very, very detrimental to the stock. So that's one of the reasons why the cruise lines. I know everybody likes the cruise lines and likes the airlines, but I don't, because they are very indebted and they're going to be squeezed. There's just no question about it. They're going to be squeezed. So that's why I kind of want. I think that if you've made profit in Delta, sell and get out of the burning house. I'm just saying that. Okay, let's see. Wow, I've got some good questions here. Delta equals hold? No. Long. No. Don't hold it. Wait for it to drop. Wait for it to drop below the 40-day moving average, which is 25. Don't wait on this one. Sell it now, and then I have a feeling tomorrow it's going to go down a little bit. If it firms up, if it drops below 25, then you might consider buying it again. But right now, I just think it's time to pull the ripcord, because here's the thing: it may firm up when it bounces on the 40-day moving average, or it may just drop right through. Just drop right through. Kind of like if you've ever been in a house that has a rotten floor, sometimes that happens. If it doesn't bounce off the 40-day moving average, it just kind of goes down. You go in the basement. So you don't want to be in the basement. That's the thing. You don't want to be in that. All right. So, wow. Excellent. What? Oh, you sent a panda. Nice. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Let's see. Do I have anybody that needs a comment? All right. Okay. So that's kind of what I want to show you. What I wanted to show you on that. Now, plays that you can make coming into this. Do you think that markets are going to crash now? Well, no, I don't think so. Okay, this is a really good question. So you think the TVIX is a good protection against market crashes? Well, here's the thing about the TVIX. Yes, it will move up if there's more uncertainty. Here's the thing what the TVIX does. It moves against the market. So if the market is going down, the TVIX is going to move up, and it moves up quite rapidly. And it can be a hedge against a severe market drop. So yes, that it is sort of a hedge, but it's not. But here's the thing about the TVIX. TVIX is a trading tool, and basically you don't want to hold it for a very long time. It's essentially a hot potato. but you can protect your positions. If you can't get out of your position, can't get to cash, and the market is falling, then the TVIX is a way to hedge. It's also a way to make money too, as well. So, but I don't think the bull has died. One day does not make the end of a rally, but I do think we're going to see some correction here. There's just no question about it. I mean, Wednesday the market just went up, rocketed up. The unemployment numbers weren't so good. So, and I think that that's going to be an issue as the economy starts to reopen. So, and that's one of the reasons why they're keeping the interest rates. Yesterday, Powell said that they weren't going to raise the interest rates because he had a kind of an idea of the fact that the jobs numbers wouldn't be so great. So, but here's the thing. Why I don't think it's going to move in the opposite direction is because the Fed has indicated that they will provide the liquidity in order to maintain the market. So that's the reason it went up yesterday, and probably the reason it's going down today. So there you go. So I don't think this is. I think this is a correction. And by the way, everyone, you can make money as the market goes down. I don't know how many people have been with me, but some of my oldest people were with me when I was shorting the spider. And if the market is going down, that you can make money, you get into cash, and then basically you start shorting the broad ETFs like the spider. It's very easy to do, and you can do very well doing that. So if the market is going down, it's not the end of the world. But here's the thing, and I'm saying this all the time. I kind of like a broken record, and that is, anytime you buy a stock, always set your stop loss at 7% below what you paid for it. Always. Just make that a rule, because markets can change direction very, very quickly. And if that happens, you'll be protected on the way down. So just want to put that out there. How about a companies that uses overseas for their cargo example? You know what? I do not like the shipping group either. Boy, I'm sounds so negative. There's a tremendous oversupply of shipping right now in the market. There's a lot of ships that have been built. If you want to find the kind of the forecast for that, you want to look at the Baltic Dry Freight Index. I think it's something like that. It kind of shows what the shipping traffic is, and the shipping traffic is going to be down in the next few months because of the closure of the economy. And so I don't think that, again, don't try to buy a bargain here because you can get burned. So lucky ML cash for now. Good for you, man. Waiting for reentry. Absolutely. That's a good way to be. By the way, and that's one of the things, you can go to all cash very, very quickly. So, I do it all the time. On Friday, just anecdotally, on Friday of last week, I was all cash. I only traded for the week, and I will be pretty much all cash on Friday tomorrow. So, because I have options expiring. So, there you go. Selling Amazon or Apple. Well, I'm going to look at the chart on Apple. Apple's a really interesting one, because it's such an important stock now. As it, again, okay, it's down significantly today, but it's moving to the trend line. So, not necessarily a bad thing. So let me pull that up here and show you that. By the way, I'm simulcasting, just for everybody out here. I'm simulcasting on YouTube at youtube.com/DullusTradingFloor and on Periscope, pscp.tv/DullusTradingFloor. So you can see the charts. It definitely took a little bit of a dump there. No question. $14 is a lot. I mean, it's 338. This stock is getting a little bit overheated, but as you can see, it's moving to the trend line. So it's really it's not collapsing. It's just moving back to kind of where the support is. That's the thing. When you buy out of a part, it didn't really it has a fairly good pattern still. But I would wait on this one. I don't know if I would sell right now on this one. I depending on where you bought it, but Yep, and it's after hours. Yeah, it's moving. It's moving down in after hours too. So maybe you do. Trump pumps all, as we all know. Absolutely. Hey, sir, what about DUO? I got 342 shares for $25. Wow. Okay. DUO. Let me take a look at DUO real quick on and see if I can give you some input on that. And DUO, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so okay, yeah, this is a real penny stock. Wow, you know what? I would just be really careful on this one. Yeah, this is if you've made money in this one, sell it. This one is not an investment. This is a lottery ticket. Yeah, this is definitely a lottery ticket. Yeah, this chart is it's all this is all this is all up. A Chinese company provides real estate services through mobile internet. Wow. The Chinese stocks, it's like Luckin Coffee. If you want to know, just look about Luckin Coffee and look about how that was a fraud. So very, very careful. Craig, great. And thanks for putting that up there. Actually, I'm gonna try to implement a stop loss. What is the formula? Okay, this is the formula. When you buy stock, you always do this, and I always talk about this. There's no way you could be in front of your computer all the time, and you're never going to know. So here's what statistically will give you the edge. If you buy a stock for $100, let's say you buy a stock for $10, you always will set the stop loss at 93 cents because that is 7% below where you bought it. So that gives you a little bit of a range for it to fluctuate, but you don't try to take a loss any more than 7%. Why? Because if you maintain your capital, you'll be able to come back and do it again. But if it goes down 20 or 30%, you'll be out of the game. So we don't want you to be out of the game. That's the problem. Always do a stop loss, and it's frustrating sometimes because you have these great stocks, you have a great chart pad, and you put it all in, and then boom, you're down 7%. And you're like, heck, that's terrible. Well, you don't have to take the whole loss. That's one thing. And whenever anyone tells you, they'll always tell you if they've taken loss. Oh yeah, dollar cost averaging. Yeah, buy on the way down. Don't buy on the way down. Never, never, never. You want to minimize your losses and you want to maximize your gains. So one of the ways you minimize your losses is by keeping your capital. And the way you keep your capital, of course, is always set a stop loss 7% below where you bought the stock. All right. I lost 45 already. Do I need to? No. Sell it because guess what? You're going to lose more. You're going to lose it all. I'm not trying to be cruel, but yeah, that's a classic. That Chinese companies, please. I mean, I'm not trying to berate anyone. This. By the way, I've done this too. So this happens all the time. This happens all the time. This is why you have stop losses. This is why you trade stocks that are liquid so you can sell them, and this is why you probably should steer clear, at least for right now, of Chinese stocks, just because Chinese stocks tend to be like this. They tend to be pump and dump. They tend to operate like penny stocks. Also, try not to buy a stock for below $10 a share because they typically are not that good. Thoughts on Zoom? Well, let's take a look at the Zoom chart. I want to go over there and look at the Zoom chart right now. So let's see if I can give you an idea on Zoom. So that's symbol ZM, and it's been one of the kings of the stay-at-home stocks. Wow, look at that. Yeah, it's going right back up. All right. See, this is the difference between a good stock and unfortunately not so good stock. Now, is this stock trading too high? Well, maybe, but I like the chart. I definitely like the chart a lot. It's up. It's up after hours. So can this thing go higher? Maybe. It's got some strong support. I don't think I would be in this for long term, but it's looking pretty darn good. It's looking pretty darn good, I have to say. I mean, that's a very nice chart. That's a very nice chart we're seeing on Zoom. Did the poor market structure cause the stock to fall more? Well, yeah, absolutely. I think this is what we're talking about with the Chinese stock. Yeah, the problem with Chinese stocks is that they allow the Chinese companies to be listed on exchanges in the West, and they did not require them to have full disclosure of their accounting, and that's a bad thing. That's why I just really don't like to buy Chinese stocks, because they don't conform to generally accepted accounting principles. So a lot of times they are not as good as they're not as profitable as you think they are, just because the books are cooked. So be very careful. United Airlines, is it a good buy now? No, I can't get behind, and I just keep saying no, no, no. Well, I can't get behind the airlines, because even though these are household names, I just I want to see. Yeah, this chart does not look good. So let me show you the chart on this one, and this is on. By the way, I'm showing these charts on YouTube, youtube.com/Dallas Trading Floor, and also on Periscope, pscp.tv/Dallas Trading Floor. Yeah, this chart, unfortunately for American Airlines, as you can see, what's going to happen, I would not be in this one until it has some firmness. I believe that it's going to bounce off the 40-day moving average, which would give it a price of see what happens when the stock gets to 27. If it goes below that, I wouldn't buy it. I would, if it moves above, if it goes down to 27 and the move starts moving up, then I would look at it. But United Airlines, can't get behind it, just too much debt. All right, thoughts on AutoZone. AutoZone actually might be doing very well. AutoZone's a very peculiar stock, because stocks like that, like O'Reilly and those stocks, they are amazingly resilient to the economy, because when it gets tough, people repair their cars. I know I do. And they don't buy new ones. So yeah, no, that's down. Wow, look at that. AutoZone, $1,000. Just shows you how strong that auto repair sector is. Wow, unbelievable. It's pre-just goes 1,000. It's up after hours. I don't know. I'm not in AutoZone. I don't really like the area right now, but there you go. Okay, so let's look here. Hey, man, I made 80% on VTIQ, and so 80% resistance is absolutely. Well, that was the acquisition and that was good. I mean, I was very cautious on that one, but the VTIQ, for everyone out there, that was the company that merged into Nikola. Now, here's the thing about Nikola. I think you want to sell your positions now, because there's a famous saying, buy on rumor, sell on news. Well, Nikola is merged, but they haven't produced a truck yet. So it's true there's going to be some heat, some competition in that sector, but be very careful. If you've made profits now, play with the house money. If you've made profit, you want to sell up to your basis, meaning the money that you put in, and then play with the house's money. And with Nikola, I would look possibly even reducing your position more, because I think that it may start moving up again, and then you can get in with more money. But always protect your gains. That's the main thing. All right. AX says, you see it bouncing back? Well, I made a mistake on that. Yes, I do. But here's the thing, Arnold, and I just want to be upfront about that. I was in this stock. I recommended it actually with an option play, and I don't always make it either. I was stopped out today of the stock, and I sold at exactly 97% of what I paid for it. 93% of what I paid for it. So I was stopped out of the stock, so I did lose a little bit of money. I was able to buy back the option, so I did make a little bit of money there, and I did hold my losses. But I do think it's going to come back. It was a little bit too trendy, but it is a good stock. It's got very good numbers, and I do think it will be coming back. This is AAXN is the stock there. Okay, what do you think of Nikola? Wait for the IPO. I don't know about that. It's interesting. Yeah, I think it's going to be very well subscribed IPO, by the way, on Nikola. That's what I did. Made a lot on it, but lost some. Okay, well, see that's the thing. Remember, it's all about when you make these big when you really ring the register on these, take some money off the table, put it aside, because it will adjust. That's the way it goes. But that's how you do it. That's why you always want to set those stop losses in there. And when you do get a market day like this, when it's moving down, you're protected. It's frustrating, but you are protected. So protect your capital. That's the main thing. Why did the market? Well, that's a good question. Ugly boy 7. I like that. It just turned because on the jobs report, it was quite as good as people wanted, and it had gone way up the day before. Always be very, very suspicious when you get a tremendous up day, because usually it'll readjust the next day or two. So you got to always be careful on that. So I don't really think it's necessarily horrible. I heard from Milton that Nicole has sold all his stocks and is a chairman and not the CEO. Yeah, that makes sense. If I got a payday like that, I'd probably be doing the same thing. So, all right. Stocks seem like a bargain here. Do I wait until Monday? You know what? Don't buy them. Don't buy tomorrow. After a sell-off like this, wait. Be in cash. It's sort of like Bobby Orr. I'm probably too old, but Bobby Orr was a famous hockey player, and he always said, they asked him, well, gosh, why are you so successful as a goalie, as a hockey goalie? He said, he says, I wait for the puck to come to me. I wait for the game to come to me. So that's what you got to do. Wait for the game to come to you. So I wouldn't enter any positions tomorrow. Wait until see what happens on the weekend. So that's a good idea. Will XRP go parabolic? Okay. Now I want to be. Let me put that up there. XRP. Why do stocks go parabolic? Well, the reason typically they go parabolic, reason stocks go parabolic, is not because everybody wakes up and says, oh my God, I got to get that stock. No, what it is typically is there are people that are shorting the stock that have to cover their short positions. That's what typically makes stocks go parabolic. And it can happen on really good stocks. I made some very good money earlier part of the year when Tesla went parabolic. Why? Because there were a lot of shorts. So I look for stocks that have a lot of shorts, because a lot of times you can do well on it. Can I hold AAXN? Well, if you set your stop losses at 7%, you're out of the stock. So I wouldn't hold it. Never hold on to a stock that's dropping. And I did. I made that call, and so I wait until it sees some firmness. I would sell it, and then if it's starting to move back up, then you want to buy. You always want to buy an uptick. I know that sounds strange, and you always want to sell if it drops more than 7%. Always. Will XOM come up? Yes, it probably will, but who knows when? XOP was another one of my bum trades, I hate to admit. I had a position on XOP as well, and I thought it would be more firm than it was. In this market, it just doesn't pay. It just pays to be only in the leaders. So yeah, there we go. It's down 5. Okay, yeah, it's going to move back to the 40-day moving average. Let me show you this stock on the screen. Here we go. Yeah, you see it moved up very nicely, and then it started to go. This is why you use a stop loss, because sometimes when you get these, it will come back and it will drop, and then you're out. Wait for it to come down. It should see some support at the 40-day moving average. That's what I think, but we'll see. It looks like the jobs data was bad, and because of that, the stock fell a little bit. Do you think the TVX will continue to go up? Well, here's the thing about that, Cadillac Ranch. The TVX is a very short-term trading tool, and it will go up as long as there's more volatility in the market. Now, let me see if I could show you the volatility. I think I definitely can, because it's called a psychological indicator, and I'm going to show this. This is something that you might want to look at when I look at. So I'm going to go down here to the volatility index, and it is way up today. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to show. This is a very interesting chart, and I probably should have presented this one this morning. But yeah, we had a tremendous spike in the yeah, we did. Sure enough, we did. We had a very big spike in the so we might be seeing a reversal. Yeah, that's interesting. This is the VIX. This is the what they call the fear index. It definitely went up a lot today. So we have a situation where it looks like okay. So the S&P hit 3,000. Okay, all right, that's interesting. So it does look like, at least short term, the TVIX you might make some money on that, but I'd only be in for maybe 2 or 3 days maximum. That's very interesting. Thanks for that question. That made me look at the psychological indicator, which I think is a very important thing. Where's the support for Tesla? I think the support for Tesla is about 925. I believe it is. At least that's what my analysis of my options have said, at least short term. So, but let me look at the chart for Tesla right now, TSLA. And I'm going to get back to you. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, actually it's a little higher. That's interesting. I would have thought that the support would have been lower than this, but I could be wrong on that. So pull back here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're looking at it here. Let me see if I can make the chart bigger. There we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna make that even bigger. Okay, so all right, it's looking interesting. Okay, so yeah, I believe that there's support right about this level here, and I can't really zoom in on it. Let me see if I can try to zoom in. I think there's support at about the 935, 940 level for Tesla, at least for right now. That's kind of what I'm seeing on that level, but it's kind of what I'm seeing on the level. About 940, I think is good. I currently, by the way, as sake of full disclosure, I currently have Tesla. I bought it on Monday at 918, and then I sold the 925 call. It was cut a nice premium, $24 premium on that. So I was, the way charts were looking is I was basically looking at it having supported about 935, 940. So there you go. What's the next support for the SPY? Well, let's go back to the SPY. That's a really important chart. That's one of the more important indicators that you can look at is the spider. And again, for everybody out there, the spider is the largest ETF in the world. It has about $220 billion, believe it or not, invested. And it looks like, I think the support is going to be about 290 on that. We may be headed down. We may be headed down. I don't know. Tomorrow's going to be the tell to see. I suspect that we're going to have a correction tomorrow. And if we do, initially I was predicting that the top for the spider was about 305. And it moved beyond that, and it's now below 305. So it's going to be interesting to see how the spider moves. We may be in the beginning of a direction change. We may be and then we would test. We would possibly test the low. Now the low for the spider was made on March 23rd, and it was 218 on the spider. So that is the that is okay. Are we preparing for short? Yes. This is definitely there's some signs here that we may be moving into a market correction short term. I still think that the overall market is in an upward trend, but we may be moving to a short opportunity. Now shorting is a little bit more difficult than going long, but when it shorts, to take advantage of the shorts, what you need to do is to close your long positions and then get ready to either buy the SQQQ or in my case, just actually short the indexes like the spider, um, you know, like the spider. All right. I do have I will put out a trading alert on this. And by the way, anybody that wants to get on the free trading alert list, um, the first of all, the best way to capitalize on this is to get on my list, and that's at www.DallasTradingFloor. Just put in your information there and an email address. We'll make sure we get each trading alert out to you, and it's free, of course. No, I just do this. These are the trades that I make anyway, so that's what I'm trying to do is just share the information that I use to trade with everybody else because I was helped many years ago by a few people learning how to trade. So. I do think we might see a correction in the market, and if we do, then there's some opportunities. You definitely, if you have profits now on your longs, you might want to consider closing up some of those, taking some of those profits now, and getting ready to move against move short to the market. So. What do you think about FANG? Well, I've made a lot of money with FANG. FANG's been good to me. I think it may have run out of, I don't know if it's run out of gas, but it's been bid up a lot. So, we're in a situation where it's not there's probably not as much more to go on the FANG. But, is it going to go away? Yeah, I don't think so. I think Amazon, I think Google, I think Facebook, I think they're all really, really, really good. Let me look. I kind of want to look at what the Facebook is doing today. As you probably know, and if you've been following me, I was out of my Facebook positions on Friday last week. I sold all my Facebook. Yeah, it's down significantly. Interesting. Yeah, I sold my Facebook on Friday. Last Friday, I had a 2:30 call. So yeah, so nice. It may be Facebook may be setting up to buy again. By the way, Facebook may be setting up to buy again. That's why I look at it. I really like Facebook. Yeah, it's up after hours. Yeah, Facebook might see some strength tomorrow. You never can tell, but that's a good one. I'm going to put that on my little notepad. Just want to show you here. I have a little notepad that I keep notes. So Facebook tomorrow. All right, great. So everybody, it's almost an hour. I've almost wasted a whole hour of your time here. But Adobe jumping after hours thoughts. Yeah, okay. Great. You've great comments, by the way, Arnold. Appreciate it. Adobe ADBE. This is a total quality stock. Adobe ADBE. So most of the time you don't want to buy stocks on sale because they're not that good to begin with. But really, really good stocks when they're on sale, like Adobe, you might want to consider that. Let's look at this chart here. Yeah, it's still definitely in the upward trend. Wow, look at that, $14. Look at that after hours. Wow. Okay, so tomorrow a flash trade. There might be a really good flash trade on Facebook tomorrow. Adobe's moving up very, very powerfully. Yeah, Adobe's moving up very, very powerfully. So, that might interesting. I have to see what's causing it. I don't know what's causing it. Thank you. I'm going to put that on there. ADBE. And that's on the after hours trade. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Wow. Well, it's come to the end of an hour here, and I appreciate everyone for taking the time out of their day to possibly tune in. And I will be seeing you tomorrow on Friday, 2:30 Central Standard Time. And hopefully I'm going to get my feed to LinkedIn working. It didn't work today. But my feeds to Facebook should be working, TikTok, Periscope, and YouTube. Anyways, for everybody out there on TikTok, thanks. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, 2:30. And for everybody on YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Facebook Live, and not LinkedIn today, I will see you tomorrow at 2:30.